Good morning, all of you, dear students. In the previous PPT and videos of this topic, we have discussed the introduction and the types of qualitative analysis and definitions, and also the brief explanation, brief discussion of semi-micro qualitative analysis. Today, we will discuss the next important part of this topic. I request to all students of BSc second year, please join the Google Classroom and also subscribe my YouTube channels, as I already sent the links of these videos on boys and girls WhatsApp group. Please see the videos 2 to 3 times and read the notes carefully. The question bank is also there. In coming days, there will be MCQ test and home assignment examination on this qualitative analysis topic. So let us start the next part of this topic. Here the first PPT showing it can be shown by diagrammatically. There are three test tubes. First solution, second one suspension and precipitate. So in the first test tube, it indicates the solution. So what is solution? Solution is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substance. In the second one test tube, it forms the suspension. That means the ions which are present in the solvent, they are just like suspended. And third one is superate. That means it forms the precipitate. So what is precipitate? This precipitate is insoluble form of the compound and which can be settled down at the bottom. Okay, and in the above solution of this test tube, it indicates the clear solution. Okay, then second one, the dilute and concentrated solution. How will you distinguish the dilute and concentrated solution? A dilute solution has small amount of the solute in a large amount of the solvent, and what is concentrated solution has a large amount of the solute in small amount of the solvent. It means that in dilute and concentrated solution there is a quantity of the solvent. In dilute, large amount of the solvent, and in concentrated, small amount of the solvent is used. In chemistry, a solution is a special type of homogeneous mixture composed of two or more substances. In such mixture, solute is a substance dissolved in another substance is known as the solvent. The term saturated, unsaturated and supersaturated, it can be shown by diagrammatically. Here again there are three test tubes. Unsaturated solution with having more solute can be dissolved in this test tube, and in saturated, no more solute can be dissolved here. It forms the saturated solution, and supersaturated, that means after the addition of the solute in the solvent there is a crystal formation. That means crystals are grow here. The term or the definition of saturated solution is used in chemistry to define the solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in the solvent. That means IP is equal to Sp. What is IP? IP is ionic product and Sp is the solubility product. Here ionic product is equal to the solubility product. IP means the product of charge, the ions which are present in the solute, and solubility, that means how much quantity of the solute can be dissolved in the solvent. So it can be understood the saturation of the solution has been achieved when an additional substance that is added result in the solid precipitate or its let off as a gas. Second one, unsaturated solution. A solution with less solute than the saturated solution. That means the less quantity of the solute can be used in unsaturated solution, and it that can completely dissolve, leaving no remaining substance. Here IP is less than Sp, ionic product is less than solubility product. Here in unsaturation, solubility product is greater than that of the ionic product here. Third one, supersaturated solution. So here again it can be shown by diagrammatically. Here the three beakers are given. The solution with more dissolved solute at a given temperature than the saturated solution. So it forms the supersaturated. In supersaturated, there is a formation of the few crystals of the solute. Okay. There are the four terms are there: saturated, unsaturated, supersaturated, and precipitation. We must know the four definitions before we study the qualitative analysis. Saturated, the solution containing the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in particular solvent at a particular temperature. That means at a room temperature. So how at room temperature, how much amount of the solute that can be dissolved in the solvent at a room temperature. Unsaturated, a solution which into which more solute can be dissolved, and supersaturated, the solution in which more solute is dissolved than the saturated solution. And fourth one, precipitation. Here the terms we know: precipitate. What is precipitate? It is the insoluble form of the compound. The precipitation defined as the creation of a solid from the solution. When the reaction occurs in the liquid solution, the solid is formed the precipitate. And here it is, the IP is greater than the solubility product. That means the ionic product is greater than that of the solubility product. Then the next term is solubility. What is solubility? That is the maximum amount of the substance that can be dissolved in given amount of the solvent at a specified temperature. Here it is again, how much quantity or the quantity of the solute that can be dissolved in the solvent at a given temperature or at a room temperature here. The another term is solubility product. This is the kind of equilibrium constant and its value depends on the temperature. That means temperature is related to all these terms: saturated, unsaturated, supersaturated, as well as the precipitation. Okay, the temperature is the essential condition. Where KSP is the solubility product, usually increase with an increase in temperature. That means if we increase the temperature, also it can also increase the solubility of the substance. This solubility that can be defined as a property of the substance called solute to get dissolved in the solvent in order to form the solution. So it can be expressed in the form of equation: the solubility product constant in equilibrium. Here solubility product constant is designated as KSP. So we know most of the salt dissociate into ions when they dissolve. Okay, here we are taking the example barium sulfate. This is the crystalline compound. Okay, crystalline compound, when this barium sulfate when ionized forms Ba plus 2 and SO4 2 negative, and this reaction is reversible. That means reactant is converted into product and again the product will be converted into the reactant. It indicates the reversible reaction, and this equilibrium system can be explained by the law of mass action, where KSP means solubility product is equal to concentration of Ba plus 2 into concentration of SO4 2 negative. So this is the expression of solubility product. So if the question can be asked in examination, what is solubility and explain the solubility product, so you can write here the definition of solubility and also the one of the explanation of this solubility product. That means you can write the example of barium sulfate here. The second one, common ion effect. Again, the question can be asked on this point, common ion effect. Every time this question can be asked in exam. What is common ion effect? This common ion effect, the effect on equilibrium that occurs when a common ion that is already contained in the solution added to the solution. The common ion effect generally decreases the solubility of the solute. Okay, and here it is we are taking the example silver chloride. If we ionize this Ag positive and Cl negative, so in this, if we add the sodium chloride, another electrolyte which having the chlorine Cl having the common ion, if we add this NaCl, it also decreases the solubility of the solute here. And another one is the example when silver nitrate is added to the saturated solution of silver chloride. It is often described as a source of common ion with Ag. That means the silver nitrate AgNO3 is common ion having Ag positive, and the silver chloride having Ag Cl having Ag positive. By the definition of common ion, is an ion that enters the solution from the two different sources. The solution to which both sodium chloride and silver chloride have been added and also contain the common ion. In this case, chlorine ion having same common ion, and there is an effect of common ion on the solubility product. So on this solubility product, there is an effect of common ions generally takes place. Common ion effect is used for complete precipitation of one of the ions at its strongly soluble salt with a very low value of solubility product. For gravimetric estimation, the common ion effect not only used in quantitative analysis of the compound but also for their purification. Common ion effect refers to decrease the solubility of ionic precipitate by the addition of a solution of a soluble compound with an ion in common with the precipitate. And this common ion effect can be explained with the help of the Le-Chatterley principle for the equilibrium reaction of the ionic association or dissociation. Association means the formation of new, and dissociation means to liberate. So in this way, all the topic of qualitative analysis will be completed, and here it is. Some questions, some following type of questions are there which can be generally asked in the exam. So I can write here, first define qualitative analysis and explain the types of qualitative analysis. In this type, you can write the definition of qualitative analysis, and you can write the four types of qualitative analysis. That means micro, semi-micro, macro, and also trace. So the second one, explain the role of sodium carbonate extract in qualitative analysis. So you can write here the role or function of sodium carbonate extract, which will be used in qualitative analysis for determining the functional group of the elements which are present there. Then third one, what is common ion effect, and this common ion effect can be explained with the help of this example. You can write the definition as well as the example here. Then fourth one, define the solubility, and as I already explained, the solubility product. So you can write this definition as well as the expression with a suitable example. So how will you, next one, how will you separate the second A and second B in qualitative analysis? Generally in qualitative analysis, we are discuss all the elements which are present there of this group, first A, second A, first, second A, second B, third A, third B, fourth, fifth, sixth. So these are the elements which are present in the various groups here. So the question can be asked, how will you separate the third A and third B in qualitative analysis? So for the separation of this group, you know very well OS. OS means salt plus dilute HCl, and the further addition of the reagents which are given in the chart. Then next question, explain the separation of zinc and Mn positive ions. So how these two metal ions can be separate after detecting the group of this element. So how will you differentiate? How will you separate So with the help of using some reagents, you can separate the metal ions. As well as next question, explain the separation of Fe plus 3 and aluminium plus 3. Then the next question, the next question, write a short note on the use of the Pauling qualitative analysis. So these are the organic reagents are given. So this organic reagents is also known as the chelating agent. So here the example 110 phenanthroline, second one dimethyl glyoxide, third one 8 hydroxyquinoline, fourth one alpha benzoyl oxide, and last one alpha nitrogen beta naphthol. And here are the metal chelates which react with the metal ions and form the complex. Here in 110 phenanthroline it reacts with iron Fe plus 3 ion, it forms the metal complex. In dimethyl glyoxide it is also known as DMG. It reacts with the Ni positive metal ions. It reacts with nickel dimethyl glyoxide metal complex here. And third one is 8 hydroxyquinoline. It is also known as 8 uh, quinone. It also reacts with Al plus 3. It also forms the metal complex. And fourth one is alpha benzoyl oxide. It reacts with copper to form this complex. And alpha nitroso beta naphthol reacts with cobalt to form the metal complexes. So here it is. All the preparation of this organic metal chelates which are given in your notes, you can uh, write very well after reading this point of organic metal chelates. Here the every time the question can be asked in exam. Write a short note on the use of qualitative analysis. Thank you. So in this way, the topic qualitative analysis will be completed. Thank you.